Alright, so we've learned a lot about void methods. That's a method with this word void here. Well, what happens? What's a non-void method? Let's get rid of that void. And you know what? We'll bring back all this code, but instead I'm just going to get rid of void. Now, if you have a non-void method, it's giving me this error where it says the return type is missing. So I need some sort of return type. Now, how do you do that? Well, that means you're not going to be printing. You can print out stuff, but that's not really the goal you want to do. The goal you want to do is really, when you have a non-void method, is you still take some parameter here, and what you want to do is, I'm going to say, we're going to do what we did in the print statement just in this variable alone. So I'm going to say sentence 1 plus, this sentence is after the method, and that's my variable new sentence. And now I'm going to say return new sentence. So now I have an error over here. The method sentence addition string is undefined for the type main. That means if I have a void method, I have to declare some sort of return type. So I'm going to say public static string sentence, and now all my errors have gone away. Now let's run it and see what happens. Well, it prints out nothing. That's because I don't have any print statements. You have to have a print statement in order for it to print out stuff. So I'm going to say system.out.println, and then I'm going to call that method sentence addition inside the print statement in the main method this time. And now let's run it. And I get that output that I got before. This is another sentence. This sentence is added after the method runs. So what is going on? I have said that there is a method called sentence addition, and it's going to return some sort of string. And that string that it returns is the parameter sentence 1 plus all this fluff. And then in the main method, I have my two sentence variables here. And I'm going to print out the result of this method. Because remember, methods are actions. What this method is doing is adding these two sentences together. And it's returning whatever that combination is. So when you return something, it's kind of like returning a value. And whatever that value is going to be printed out in the main method instead of in the void method, like we used before. Now let's see how this looks like. It makes a lot of sense with numbers. So let's say our return type is going to be integer instead. And let's think about our basic addition method and int a. And I'm going to say we have int num1, num2, num1 is equal to 5, num2 is equal to 10. And again, I'm going to do system.out.println. I'm going to call the addition method, and I'm going to send two parameters, num1 and num2. Now the problem it's going to give me is that it's not applicable for the arguments int and int. All that means is that I need to set up another parameter here, int b. But it has to return a type int, so what I'm going to do is say that what I want to do is return the addition of these two variables. So I'm going to say that there's some variable c where it's a plus b. It's equal to a plus b, and return c. So what it's going to do now is I'm going to print out the result of addition num1 comma num2. So it's going to send the values of num1 num2 to the addition method. It has a return type of int, and num1 will be associated with A, and num2 will be associated with B. And it's going to return C, which is the addition of A and B. So let's run it, and we do indeed get 15. Now, just to show a little bit more, let's say this is subtraction instead. And the result is A minus B. That means, well, I should have -5 as an answer, because 5 minus 10, we get -5. However, if I kind of flipped these values, so I put num2 here and num1 here, then that means when I run it, I should get +5. Because now num2 is in the first position, so num2 is actually associated with A, and num1 is associated with B. And that's how you can sort of relate these variables between the two methods. It's whatever's in the first position here is associated with what's in the first position here. And what's in the second position is associated in the second position in the method. And you can obviously have more than 2 parameters. You can have as many as you'd like. Just remember when the variables in the main method get sent over to the methods you make, they have to fit in the correct positions that you want.